Okay. Oh my god, this is God, Groot just running in screen as well. He just okay, yes. The hamburger my sights. Yum. Oh my god! Groot just runs it. Hi, I'm Groot. Hi, I'm Groot. Hi, I'm Groot. Can I have the... No. I am Groot. No. I am Groot. Wait, you understand? I am not knowing where I'm going with this bit. What's going on, guys? My name is Chris, and welcome back to a brand new Lego Fortnite review. And so we're reviewing the Lego Ninjago pass that released in December for 1,400 V-Bucks, or as created for free inside of the crew. So with that being said, let's just jump right in. Now, as you know, I am a builder, and I've done previous reviews, and we're going to do a similar format to what we do, but this pass included multiple really cool things, such as free new loading screens, which I really like, and of course Kai here from Ninjago, which is one of my favorite characters from the show, and we got this awesome emote here, which is the almighty fire tornado, which I realized this while recording, there's currently no fire tornado inside of the Lego Ninjago update. Shows you how much I've not looked into the creative mythics abilities, or realizing it by myself. So I guess they're setting that for Wave 2, which is very interesting. But overall, just jumping into things as a builder, I can definitely give you guys a bunch of ideas what you can use of these pieces, as I have already a bunch of ideas on my own. But as you see here, we have a lot of cool stuff going on, like these wooden pieces, which I don't really have much to say about, because we do already have a bunch of wooden pieces, but it's nice to have more wood pieces for certain situations, I guess. I guess when you're building as well, it's very useful to have. Gives you more options, I suppose, especially if you're new to Lego Fortnite as well, because basically you're here not Lego, because here in I've shopped a lot. But as you see here, we also got the stone piece, which is probably the highlight of the photos for me in this side of this pass, because oh my god, you can use this for so many things. I most recently used this for my port inside my Lego Fortnite Survival series, and you can also use it for like a village, a medieval village, or just there's so many uses for it, and I absolutely adore it. The other floor set that we got going on here, which is these floors here, or for like dojos, or if you're thinking the way I think, you can definitely use it for a mouth. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. But yeah, you can definitely use it for that. But going over here, it kind of brings me to the more interesting stuff, which is the stairs. I absolutely love this. We have another like stair, which we also have this like whole like sideways stair, which I absolutely love. There's so many uses for this. You can have like a little like statue here if you have like 40s together. Just saying, there's a lot of ideas that you can do here. And also you got these stairs going on over here, which is the wooden stairs. Once again, not much to talk about, as we have a bunch of these already, but still cool to have nevertheless. Same thing here with the fences. I really like the red fences. Like, finally, I said this for the longest time. Like, red, in my opinion, is like the most common color inside Lego Fortnite. And the fact, like Lego in general, I don't know why I say Lego Fortnite, but like the fact that we don't have a lot of it in Lego Fortnite has always been so weird to me until this past. Which, once again, I absolutely adore. A lot that we have here is like these cool red, yellow, and yellow stick like fences here, which I am definitely see myself using a lot in the future. And also going back here, that kind of leads me to the next thing I want to talk about. Is like the little fences on for the stairs here, which you can definitely add a lot of character to, which looks absolutely great. Now, next thing I want to talk about here is definitely the walls. There's a lot of cool things that I want to talk about with this, especially with the supports here, because god, there's so many red. There's a lot of red. We have a lot more red to work with now, and I absolutely love it. Like, look at this. You have like this whole little like 2x2 piece, which I've been wanting stuff like this for such a long time. So having something like this is so freaking cool, and I absolutely adore it. As you know, we normally have the same set of like just the support beams. Yeah, the beams they can put on your builds. And I don't know why these little support beams here remind me a lot of the Spidey and his missing friend sets, as I used one of them to create a spectacular Spider-Man minifigure. And I don't know why, it just gives off that vibes to me for some reason. But I can definitely see these like being used for giant city builds, which I might use at some point in the future. Or maybe you're making the almighty. Sorry for the glitch. I just glitch out sometimes. But it'd be really useful for like a bounty recreation, which I think would be really cool. As there's some pieces I see that can be really useful for a bounty work. But going over here, you can also see a bunch of the walls, which look really, really cool. And you see that going on right here with the little fences. Like, I love these little like detailed walls, because you have like two variants of them. You have like the like cleaner walls, and then you have the actual like more dirty walls, which looks absolutely amazing. The more like aged up walls from being like weathered down, which is really cool if you're going for a specific design for your builds, which I think really kind of adds a lot of character if you want to do that. And of course you got the more clean variants, which looks really cool. I like the corner pieces I've got here for all these, and then all this stuff. I really like that as well. The windows are really interesting to me. I love how these look. The doors too, and then going over here you can see the same thing for like the red walls and all this stuff going on over here. Like, once again, I don't have too much to say because they have like a lot of cool stuff, and I'm basically saying the same thing over and over again. But the red walls here are really cool. I can definitely see this being used like for a firefighter place, if you want to do that. Or if like going here to like the brown walls, which I love. I love these like interior dojo walls, which are really cool. And then these these giant stone walls I'll use eventually, because you can do like a giant castle build. You can do so much of these, and I'm having so many ideas flow through my brain. Don't question that. That toy is not from a previous take, because I found that. Okay, I'm gonna be so real. If you're building the Oni statue over there, I'm sorry. Oh my god! I can't take you seriously. But if you're trying to place this down, definitely be careful if you're like adding like up into the sky, as it will crash and burn. Not exactly like this. I decided to blow it up for the memes to make it look more menacing, which I don't think I needed to do, because look at that guy. But like, hey. Just want to put that out there. Now, going on to your other building pieces outside of the walls, you have the roofs here, which look absolutely cool as well. You have the beams, which beams, which look really cool. And then you have more of the roof pieces, which I absolutely prefer these more over the free ones, if I'm being real. The stuff that's currently in the, what's it called, the Shogun Palace. Definitely prefer these roofs over that, so I'll definitely be seeing myself using a lot of these in the future, because I just love how more detailed this is. Like with all these different like pieces adding to make everything feel more like pop out a bit more. I hope I'm making somewhat sense. And you got this cool piece here, which is used for the temple, which I absolutely love. And then you got more pieces going on here, which I want to actually showcase something, because actually I think it's so funny. Because I mentioned this before, how like I wish one day Epic would make it where you can do the same thing in Brick Life, where you can have it where pieces can be angled. Because as you know, inside of Lego Fortnite, you can have builds be angled if it's on organic like grass and something like this. But if you have it on a pre-existing structure, you can't do that. Well, for this whole little building set, they made two variations of this guy. One that's angled, and one that's not. I don't know why, I just want to bring that up because I think it's funny. And as you see here, we got more roof pieces here. I really like this piece here. I really like so much stuff here that I really like. This piece here is also really cool. And also we got another one of these, which once again, is that an angle? Do we have like a non-angle variant for that? I don't think we did, actually, now that I think about it. Big fun if we did. But overall, some really cool pieces here that'd be really useful for builds. I think the highlight for Disney is definitely the angled thing, and definitely the roofs. I really love this. It's really cool and very like, it's honestly one of my favorite parts of this build in my opinion. Now this kind of brings us to the next thing I want to talk about for this video, which is actually the props. So there's a lot, and I mean a lot of cool props that you can work with inside the build. You got some cool beds. This one could definitely be used for like an X-Men bed. I don't know why. I know it's meant for like Kai or just like Ninjago type stuff, but like it definitely looks like an X symbol. And of course, like one of my favorite things I noticed with this, you can definitely have like a cyberpunk type city with this Lego kit. This whole Lego pass going on here, because there's a lot of pieces that do feel like cyberpunkish, or you want to go for like a mega city vibe. You can definitely go for that. And I don't know why this chair here reminds me a lot of Xavier's wheelchair when I looked at it earlier. You got a bunch of the counters, you got the sink, which once again is functional. You got the almighty gorilla here, which once again can be really good for like a mega city remake. You got some amazing chairs here. I absolutely love these guys. Like seriously, I can create some cool park designs with these, and just like, oh my god, like you also got the bathtubs, which look absolutely cool. The toilets, which has a funny design. I like this one. But of course you got some like more sinks, which I think my favorite sink design that we got here is definitely this one. I'm a sucker for like more technological, like Batman Beyond, like the Iron Man 99 looking stuff. So seeing stuff like that inside of Lego Fortnite is actually really cool. You got these giant things here as well, which looks really cool. And then like this little fire thing, and then you got more, it's like futuristic lamp. Once again, very good for cyberpunk builds. You got this little like thing they create a cool gate with, some lights, some more little like lampposts here, which can be used for parks. And then you got this little thing here, which like there's so many things. Like this little thing here can also be used for builds. And combine that with like the where is it? The like rainbow rec room. Hey, you can have a cool combination of both of these if you add that with this. And then of course you can add this to like a little area as well. And of course over here you have a bunch of the lights, which, oh my god. So this light here sold the whole cyberpunk for me. It's weird, but that's when the idea first came to my mind. I was like, you know, that would be a really cool idea if someone made like a cyberpunk type build with this like pieces. I'm just saying, be really cool, be really nice if you ask me. And of course you got more of the little lights going on over here, which are pretty cool as well. And then going this way, you find yourself like the little fish thing would be really cool for like a sushi place or something. More counters, which you can actually open these little shelves here. You got the fridge, which I'm gonna say I love these fridge designs. I'm probably gonna be using a lot more of these. If this were to be released before I did my Teen Titans Go build, I would definitely include this inside Italian Sour because this fits really well. And I really like this as well. These like counters I've used already inside my Survival series. This one's really good for like walkers. And then this kind of brings us to all of the hanging walls they can use, all the hanging signs, which I love the keys. There's so many references to I do want to bring up as I find them. Is that the Great Devourer? I do not know if that's the Great Devourer. I see Wu in there.
But you have like some stuff here that I can definitely point out because I've not watched past season like Earthbound, but I definitely gonna bring up some stuff that I do recognize when I see it. You got this cool dartboard here. You got this cool thing that has a bunch of action figures. The main ninja. You got Lloyd, Kai, Zane, Cole, the Almighty Jay, and Nia. Then you got this cool sign here, which looks awesome. Then you got this little dragon sign. You got fishing rod thing. You got blacksmith full thing, possibly for Kai and Nia. Then you got the almighty little dragon symbol there, which looks cool. Some katanas, some clocks, which I don't know is a reference at all to the Out of Time season. Then you got this little thing here for it's going to be really good for docks. There's a lot of good stuff for like fishing docks, which look absolutely amazing. And then going this way, you can also find yourself with the bounty little flag thing for your ship. So you can definitely add that and recreate the bounty inside Lego Fortnite if you choose to. Which, funnily, was part of the original image, which was for the original version of the update that was a part of the original rollout leak. I like bringing that up because I like having that, mentioning that my theory. Like I was kind of thinking that this was going to be the update before it actually happened. I still can't believe I was right about that. But like, you have some cool stuff here. You also got these cool little like dragon signs. If you're trying to do like a recreation of Daigo's domain, I think it would work really well in my opinion. And then of course going this way, you have more awesome, incredible props that you can use for your builds, such as like these little like watering stuff. You got some tiny stuff going on here. I do not know what this gem is. I don't know if it's a reference to like the Soul season, the previous season. More dock stuff. You got fish. You got fish. You got fish. No red lava footage. No, we can fix that if you want to, but we're not. We got fish, crab, fish, calamari. It's got some signs, which at first I didn't know if it was like Darif, but it doesn't look like Darif to me. I think it's just a rock ninja that I just don't know about. And then of course you got this thing here, which looks really cool. You got some more like stuff going on, and then you have Samurai X, I believe. Looks absolutely astonishing. I love the amount like of detail here. You got some of these cool little beds, and you got some crates, which I love. The crates are cool. I love crates. More crates, please. And you got over here some blueprints of some designs, which were cool. The shelf, some other stuff going on. I'm not going to mention every single thing, so train, crates, garbage, carpets, more stuff, and cards. Pokemon! God. And then over here you have Zane. I think that says Zarans. And then of course you got Kai's thing over here. And then you got some armor, more armor, tea, chicken, which I believe possibly is a reference to the Lego Ninjago movie / Lego Ninjago movie video game. You got the controller katana, which I do not know is a reference for. I believe it appeared in the show. And then going this way, you have a bunch of plants, because I'm a sucker for plants inside Lego Fortnite. I love the bamboo. I love these little trees. I love all these little tiny details. Now, the thing I think is going to stand out the most to me, though, is this guy. This little bonsai tree here. Because you can actually use it a lot for your own personal creations inside Lego Fortnite, and I think it will work really, really well inside the game mode, in my opinion. I think it will work really, really cool. Now, this kind of brings us to the other tree here. Like, especially if you're doing Lego terraforming. I'm sorry, I'm going back here. Like, if you're doing Lego terraforming, this tree will help out a lot, especially if you're doing, like, little shorelines or something. And then, of course, you got this little tree here. You got this little, like, thing here you have in the sea area. And you have some more interesting stuff, like this little cup here, which looks really cool. Reference to the show. Absolutely love it from the first few seasons. Love it. And then, of course, you get this little robot dude, which I do not know what season he's from. And you got some other stuff going on here, like this little thing, this little anvil, this little symbol here, this little cool thing here. Got this picture of Nia. You got this picture of Zane's father and the almighty Falcon. And, of course, you got some other stuff as well, like a little dragon piece from Dragon's Rising. Got some armor. Got this little dong thing. Got this almighty little dragon head, which you can use for a bounty remake. And, of course, some other stuff as well. As you see some training test dummies here, which looks absolutely incredible. Makes kind of think about the pilot from Ninjago in a way, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, where you started training at first. But overall, a lot of fun, and overall, I love all the props here, especially this toy gate here, which looks absolutely astonishing. I love that thing. Now, it's part of the video that we all love, which is me talking about all of the decor builds. Should we just jump with him, because he's eyeing us for attention. Over here we have the largest build, and possibly the largest Lego kit that we ever received inside Lego Fortnite. And not much is really going on. The outside, man, it looks pretty cool. He's eyeing that Durburger. He really wants it. But on the inside, not much is really going on. However, there's a lot here that kind of gives me a castle vibe, which I absolutely love. Especially like Minecraft type stuff. I don't know why. Seriously, it kind of gives me that vibe. And if you build this in your world, maybe you're like doing like a base battle against your friend, and then you have like a whole entire structure going on where you can face against like your friends and just do some crazy stuff. That's an idea. And overall, like, I think there's a lot that you can do. It's a huge interior, so much you can do with it. And overall, I really like the design of it. Obviously, I've been bringing it up a lot in this video. But this kind of leads us to the second, I believe, like the second smallest build of this build. Like, I think it's the smallest in my opinion. Is this little dragon dude? Look at him. He's also eyeing for attention. You got some fangs. We can see what the fangs are being used for. You have this little cool window trick. And you got the bounty little, like, flags on the side, and of course you go inside and a bunch of these trees, which adds so much detail to the build. I absolutely love this thing, man. But going inside, you have some cool little stuff going on, which is my first reaction going inside, actually, because I have not really paid attention to much. But I love the placement of the windows here. That's really cool. I actually really love that. And then going up here, we have an upstairs area where you can just go into the... This reminds... I mentioned, like, a baseball thing, but I used to do baseball a lot with my siblings, and this reminds me of a time where I created this, like, giant dinosaur inside of Minecraft. God. I'm having ideas, boys! We're about to create ourselves into a dino! There's also this cool little area right here which you can use. That's like a little cabinet, maybe? That's cool. I actually really like that. I actually really like this build. I like the top of it, too. That's nice. And then, of course, you have the temple, which, if you're in, like, the main Ninjago area inside Lego Fortnite, so you can actually find this thing. It's kind of free in a way. If you don't want to build it in locations, you need to want it in one place, you already know it. But if you want to place it wherever you want, that's why you get the pass. That's where it checks out. But going inside here, you have a bunch of cool stuff going on, which is pretty much nothing. If you've seen the build inside Lego Fortnite, you already know what it looks like. But you have a lot of cool areas that you can build with and just use for your own creations. But yeah, with that being said, I do hope you guys did enjoy this. Okay. Interesting. I'm just gonna finish out the video by being invisible. Oh god, I love this glitch so much, man. But yeah, overall, I really enjoy the Ninjago Pass. It's honestly one of my favorites in the past year. And I'm sorry. I can't take this serious. I can't. And god, back to what I was saying. Overall, it's one of my favorites that we got more recently. As there's so much stuff you can do for like cyberpunk, Ninjago, traditional style builds, or if you want to do something like a medieval dock, or you want to like just port docks in general. There's generally so much you can do here, and if I recommend like one Lego kit in general, it would be this one. But keep in mind, I am a bit biased, I am a fan of Ninjago, so I am a bit biased here. But overall, I really like what they included with this update, and it was definitely the year July from what it was originally supposed to release. And I just love this whole update in general. And once again, I do hope you guys did enjoy this showcase of everything that's included in the past / review. As I hope that some of this stuff did give you some inspiration for a bit you may want to do inside Lego Fortnite. But yeah, with that being said, I do hope you guys did enjoy this one. And let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this, definitely consider leaving a like, as it does help the channel a lot. And if you're new here and want to see more Lego Fortnite content from me in the future, definitely subscribing, because I make a lot more like this. Definitely nailed that. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this one. And most of all, that you have a spectacular day, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, everyone.